I'm excited to bring this guy into the podcast. This is Dante's Inferno, the hottest show in town, and I got the very special Mr. Eddie Carter in the building today. Yes.
Yeah, honored to be here with the likes of people like Lemaire Lee and Dalvin Jordan.
Yeah.
That's the that's the range of comedians we have on Dante's Inferno. A nationwide touring comedian that lives with Shane Gillis, and then the open miciest comedians you've ever met in your life. So I'm really glad to be here. I wonder where I am in that pendulum on that spectrum.
You're in great company, Eddie. You're in great company. Full disclosure, though, Lemaire Lee hasn't been on this podcast.
Wait, wasn't it Lemaire?
No, I wish. That was something for Helium.
What?
I did that for Helium. That was like
that was for Helium.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, you can cut
Hence
that.
the purple back.
My bad.
Oh yeah, you're
so
gonna
Helium has a podcast?
Nah.
So that was just clips for them.
That was Helium Comedy Studios.
And they wouldn't let you just have him on the podcast?
I mean, I could have if I would ask him, but I didn't want to be that guy. I already asked him to do that for the club, and so I asked him to do this too. But
man,
you know, speaking of the professionalism earlier, you're gonna love my editing process.
Which is what? None, none at all. I'm just gonna say the worst things in the world.
As soon as you said edit that out, I was like, oh boy.
This is gonna go. As soon as I leave the club, I'm gonna get tagged in a post on Instagram like new podcast with Eddie Carter. I'm like, wow, that was really okay, well, sorry for saying Lemaire was on. I saw him on your Instagram. I was like, well, it must be the same podcast.
Dope. He's cool as hell.
Yeah. What was the other guy? Ian Clark? Was he on the podcast?
Oh, yeah, Ian Carpenter? Yeah, he works
Ian
here.
Carpenter. Oh, he works here. God. Okay, so I was wrong. Yeah, so maybe I might be the most famous person on this podcast. Yeah. That's potentially.
I guess who would be the most famous person? I guess Lana?
Lana's maybe more notorious than me, I would say. Caesar has a lot of followers. Caesar, he has all the videos on Instagram about him cheating on women or whatever.
Jay Lou's a pretty heavy staple in the Atlanta comedy scene. Is he?
Yeah, you need some people with actual followers to get this off the ground. Because I'm not going to help.
I never thought of that. Get a lot of people with a lot of get somebody with
you
a lot
didn't think
of
about that? Influencers, influencer
that.
Marketing. There's got to be some. You got to get like a Jacob Chalk on here who has like 17,000. Like that'll help out.
Yeah, I never thought to do that. To go get some people who have a lot of followers, huh?
Are you just being an asshole?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
People with a lot of followers don't have free time to come do shit like this, Eddie.
Okay, fine. But you got friends. I don't know.
I'm probably gonna lie. Me and Eddie's whole relationship
is Dante shitting on me. He's gonna say it's us like riffing and beefing with. It's Dante shitting on me for being rich and Jewish, which neither of those things are really that true. They're both half true. They're both half truths.
They're kind of one and the same. That's the kind of stuff you can expect from Dante and Eddie, man. This is I think me and you would be like a Dante and Eddie, like that little zinger reporter duo or something in the sports world or something.
We could do Weekend Update. Yeah. Well, this is like Colin Jost and Michael Che in a way.
Me and Eddie's relationship is like the two old barbers in Coming to America, the black dude and the Jewish dude. That's me and you.
Is there a Jewish guy in that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's Eddie Murphy playing the Jewish guy. I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. You know what's interesting about that movie? I think that's the movie where I learned about hand jobs because he's getting a hand job in the is it the hockey game or the and then he's like, oh my God, after like she puts his hand in her pants. And I was like, I don't even understand what was happening. I watched that movie probably way too young. My dad always showed me movies that like way too young of an age. That was definitely one of them.
Yeah. No, that's funny. That's funny. I like me and your banter, man. But who was some of your inspirations getting you into comedy when you was coming up?
Like my favorite comedians?
Yeah.
Well, I always
actors, it could be comedians.
That's fair. So I always go like people ask like the Mount Rushmore question, like who's your Mount Rushmore of comedians? I always say John Mulaney is definitely number one up there for stand up, and then Dave Chappelle, Dave Attell. And then I kind of do a combo fourth one where it's Jerry Seinfeld, Larry David, just because I watch the show so much. Yeah. Seinfeld is like just a big inspiration for me, not just of me as comedy, but kind of who I am as a person. Like my sister says, like when I say something to my sister, she'll be like, Eddie, this is not an episode of Seinfeld. Like you can talk to me like a person. I'm like, my life is sometimes just a sitcom. Like I do kind of think that sometimes. So those are the guys. And I know I say guys. I know I should have a woman in there. And Abhi Singh has he said like no women in there. And I'm like, well, it's not great, but I know it's misogynistic. But those 4-5 guys are the ones who really.
David, Seinfeld, Mulaney, and who else?
It was Chappelle, Attell, Seinfeld, Larry David, and John Mulaney.
I mean, solid. And those are all white comedians I know.
Dave Chappelle's not.
I'm saying the ones that were white. Those were white comedians I know.
Oh, white comedians, that's good though, because like I could. Well, you know what's funny about that? I saw Mandel do. It was his going away show, and it was, to be fair, it was Mandel's crowd, so it was a very black crowd, and he said, "I'm moving to LA because I'm going to start opening for John Mulaney," and like no one clapped, and he was like, "And yes, none of you know except me." I was like the only one who clapped in the crowd, and they was like, "Yeah, none of you know who John Mulaney is." So that was something I didn't know, that black people don't know who John Mulaney is for the most part.
Oh yeah, there's a big divide in that. I be talking about that all the time whenever I get somebody. There's a big divide in the comedy still. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, you could probably bring up a lot of people in the black scene that I don't know. I try and do my best. Like, there's people I see, like I would go to Cats every once in a while when it was still around, and I would see someone I'd never seen, and they'd be like the best comedian I've ever seen. I was like, how is this person not like, I think K-Dub is a good example of that. Like I
say that all the time.
He has a special, right? Maybe on YouTube or something.
I don't know.
K-Dub might be the funniest comedian in Atlanta who like, I mean, he tours with T.I., I guess, but like, it's not like he's at the clubs every week. Like maybe he's at Atlanta Comedy Theater and I don't see it, but he's like, some of the bits he has, I'm like, how did it's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I swear, bro. I ain't gonna burn but man, he told one. I'll never forget it. It was one of the best jokes. I don't even want to burn stuff, but man, that guy. Yeah, K-Dub's one of them ones. We talk about that all the time at the club, like K-Dub and Clayton and all those. There's like
Clayton's unmatched.
A whole class of guys that should be.
And that's something I really appreciate about coming up in the Atlanta scene, because like obviously I guess you could say I'm more in like the mainstream scene or whatever, how you would classify it. But because I have like tried to venture out and go see like, but even in the mainstream scene, you'll see the guys like Clayton and K-Dub and like Fat Man DZ and Mandel and like. I mean, Kamal kind of does both, but those guys are so, and like Randy, obviously, Randy Sky, to bring up a woman, so I don't just keep naming men, which I realize I'm doing a lot. But all those guys are so funny. But K-Dub is like unmatched, and I was introduced to him by Andy Sanford because I went and wrote at Andy Sanford's place one time, and he was watching K-Dub's special, and he was like, "You have to see this bit about the hash brown," and it's him rolling through the drive-through. I want to buy one hash brown, and I was like, "Wow, that is very funny."
It's one he did in the Laugh Factory. It's one of like on YouTube on the Chocolate Sundays, I think. Or it might be.
Yeah, probably Chocolate Sundays.
And man, he's doing the first 48 bit. Have you seen that?
No.
Bro, that shit was hilarious. He was talking about, he starts doing the voice of somebody like distorted, like, because when they snitch, they get their face blurred out and stuff like that. And he was like, man, I seen one dude on there sneeze himself out of the blur.
That's a guy who I'm like, I wonder how he writes. Because he had another bit I saw about like, I don't even know how I would do this bit. Like it was so long. But it was about how in an unsafe neighborhood, you click the door on and off, or like the lock on and off, and you'll do that when anyone comes by. I don't even remember but I'm like, I wonder if he like writes or he's just saying stuff on stage, because like it's so clear that his brain works like a writer, but I'm not sure he actually writes anything down.
It would be an interesting process, because I could see him doing both. I could see him actually writing, and I could see him not writing at all and just like freestyle.
But he's so good. So I hope the stuff with T.I. is working out, a part of the Haha Mafia. Because I'm sure that's supporting him a lot, but he is.
They came through. That shit was
funny. He is so good.
I watched his show, bro. That motherfucker had me in here, stomach hurt. Man.
So I'll put K-Dub on my Mount Rushmore. Also, K-Dub is an inspiration for me. You can't really see that in my comedy at all, but he's great. His writing is so good.
About the Atlanta scene, man, you'll pop up like you'll be feeling yourself like, man, I'm doing this and this and that, and then you'll go somewhere like you said, like one of them Cats cafes, and you catch one of them guys in Star Bar somewhere, and you're like, oh no, I got some work to put in.
And Clayton's another one. Clayton and K-Dub are kind of like, and I've talked, because people say like Clayton's such a prolific writer, which is very true. Like he has new bits about every single current event like when the Cracker Barrel controversy happened with like they took the cracker off the Cracker Barrel. He was like, "Who's this cracker?" Like that line just in and of itself was so funny, and that was like the day after it happened, and he went to Star Bar and did that, and and he has like the best bit about the Trump getting shot.
Oh yeah.
The whole assassination, like the bit about like how do you get shot and still have ear meat? And then he's like, it looks like the top of a hot sauce bottle. I'm like, he's like the fastest at coming up with stuff like that.
I was watching him work out new material last night at Star Bar, and I was like, yeah, he's like, you can tell it's new because it's something current, so you know it's new.
And it's so confident. Even when he's doing it the first time, he is so confident in what he's saying. So I'm always constantly impressed by. He's someone I'm like, damn, he's put in so much effort.
What's your writing style? You say, how do you like to get down?
Like, how do I write?
Yeah, I had to get proper. Let me.
I'm
throw my leg up.
You can do whatever. This is just. I always sit like this. I always have to emasculate myself in some way. So people have talked about like sitting like this when guys cross their legs like this. Yeah. It's very emasculating, but it's like it's the most comfortable position for me. So for me, I'm like a big like. Ideas will come to you, and like maybe it was Seinfeld who said this, where it's like no,
you're good. Cameo? Cameo? No? Okay. All right.
Give it up for Christian Kibblehouse, everybody.
Don't tell them that.
I think maybe Seinfeld is who said this, but it's you have constant antenna on your head, and ideas are floating by, and you'll catch them in your antenna, and those are the ones you write down. So I'm kind of similar in that. It's like I'll have an idea, and then I have to write. So my notes app is just full of like random like lines or like bits, and then like when I'm trying to write, which should be every day, but I've been taking it so lax the past couple months because I've just been like I'm trying to focus on my health and stuff like that. But when I do go sit down to write, I look at those ideas and I'm like, okay, how do I turn this into a bit? What's the actual? I think the most important thing for me in that is like finding the first like argument. It's like when you're writing a paper in school, it's like you have to find your thesis. Yeah. So what is your actual thesis for this? And then the punchlines will come from that. So I'm someone who thinks like that whenever I'm writing, unless it's like a misdirect and it's like I already kind of thought of this misdirect and I'm just trying to tweak it a little bit. But if it's a premise for a beginning of a bit, it's like I have to find that argument first, and then this is a big thing. I didn't even think I was going to talk about this. I didn't know you talk about writing and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Do you know Pete Lee, the comedian?
Yeah.
He's
Asian?
Maybe half Asian.
Oh, okay.
He's he's a touring headliner. He used to open for Louis C.K.
Okay.
And there's something, I know you just do stand-up, right? You haven't done like improv or sketch or anything.
I did an improv class one
Oh,
time.
you did? Okay.
Yeah.
So in improv and sketch, there's something called the game.
Yeah.
The game.
I
game
write
with
sketches and stuff.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Okay,
man.
Now I'm explaining for them. I didn't know. But the game of the scene is the thing you're doing over and over again as the punchline.
The difference between a skit and sketch.
Is there a difference between a skit and sketch?
That's the difference.
Oh, is it really?
A skit is just like a scene. It's just one continuous thing. The sketch has the game in it.
I didn't know that. That's good. That's good to know.
Oh yeah.
See, now I'm learning something.
This is real comedy.
And
comedy
so
game,
something Pete Lee, because he was opening for Louis C.K., he learned that Louis C.K., because he used to be a sketch writer before he was a stand-up, or like kind of concurrently, is that Louis writes game for stand-up. So whenever he has a bit, he finds whatever the first punchline is, and then he just heightens that punchline to its maximum extent. So that's something I try and do also, because the classic, obviously, formula is premise, setup, punchline, tag, or whatever. So the tags are basically the game, but you can kind of extend that further. Like it can be like, well, you can have a game and then move the game somewhere else and like keep heightening it. Yeah. So I try and keep that in mind a lot. And I'm just going to talk about all the people I've learned from. Zayn Sharif, I think, is the best guy in Atlanta to watch if you want to learn like super proper premise, setup, punchline, tag, and like how his premises evolve and his games evolve. Because he has a bit about. Do you know his bits like pretty well? Kind of.
No, I know one of them.
Okay,
well.
He has a bit about. I think it's in his Don't Tell about Martin Luther King. He's like, Martin Luther King is 5'7", which is why he was nonviolent, because why would a 5'7" guy can't fight the police? And then he goes like, but that's why Malcolm X was violent, because Malcolm X was 6'4". And so the game is like short equals the level of violence you are. And so he found that with Malcolm X, which is the next step of the game. And then the last step of the game is Rosa Parks was 5'0". She was so nonviolent she didn't even stand up or whatever. So it's like he finds the game in each of and they're all kind of separate premises, but all a part of the same game. Yeah. So that's something I really try and do, especially when extending a bit, but it's the hardest thing to find.
Are you strictly pen and paper with it?
Yeah, like even like a short joke, a short misdirect, like 2-liner or 1-liner, I'll still write out to get my wording perfect, because like I hate being too verbose. Like, I never want to extend a joke. So I just don't want to make it too long ever. So I'm like, where can I actually cut this when I need to? So I really try and do pen to paper. There's a very seldom bits that I do where I haven't written it out, or at least written the beats out.
Right. That's good. I like that process.
You're pen to paper too, though.
Yeah, I like to do the pen and paper just because it's like that whole, just from school, that upbringing of like,
Yeah,
write it down, you
I
remember
agree.
it more. I definitely remember it more because now I've gotten to the point where like, after I've written a joke, like if I write a joke, now I can just put one word that is inside that joke
Yes.
to help me remember what the entire
I completely
joke is
agree
about.
because I have my big notebook and then I have my small notebook. My big notebook
Yeah.
is all the thoughts written out, and then when I go to my
Yeah.
small book, it's just
It's
the
your
one
set
word.
list.
But I what was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh, my dad. This is what I was gonna say. My dad is an English teacher, or was an English teacher for like 35 years. So like my whole thing is kind of like writing. It's like because every podcast you listen to, every comedian you listen to, they're like, oh, you have to write every single day. Well, no one actually explains to you what that means. Right. So like to some people, writing, like Mandel, it's that he's not writing things down. He's writing in his head and trying things, and that's his version of writing. For me, that version of writing every day is sitting down, and looking at a bit, listening to it, and then seeing where it's not working or seeing where I can punch it up, and then doing that. And then writing a new bit every single day. So like I have to have like a notebook because I don't think I'm inherently like funny enough like Mandel where I can just come up with stuff like that and just keep trying it. I'm like, I have to like be like smart and clever about my comedy and punchlines and stuff. So I have to like write it down and find things within that. That's how at least I feel. I don't know if you feel that way.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I've definitely gotten like, I guess it's like all my tags have come from writing on stage.
That's probably
like
fair.
Do the whole, like I'll have a whole like bit, but then there's still this joke that I do where it's like, I think it was last year, I found a new tag for it at the end, and then like a couple months ago in Colombia, I found another it's like the tags kind of, but the bulk of it, like the origin, it's coming from the pen and paper.
I completely agree. I think that's why it's important to record yourself, because I've had sets where I haven't recorded myself and I did actually come up with a riff after that could have extended something, and I've never been able to remember.
Yeah.
And this is something, here's pro tip. I was show running a Don't Tell show one time, and so I was doing the Bluetooth on the PA system. If you're doing Bluetooth and you're recording yourself, it won't record the sound from your set because it's connected to the Bluetooth. So I never got the audio from my set, and I had like a great riff during my host set, and I was so pissed, and I was like, I need to figure out how to do this while I'm show running.
It's always your best sets you don't record. Every time I've
know.
ever like killed and really felt like I was just ripping shit, I either didn't record it or I didn't get like a good recording.
Have you heard what Gilbert's joke about that? Gilbert,
no, what is it?
He's like, I've been on shows where it's a great show and there's a great audience, but by the time I get on stage, they suck. And then the next person goes on and it's a great audience again. That's he's so good at he has the best jokes about how bad of a comedian he is. Like his jokes about that are unparalleled. And some people would probably say that's like maybe not professional or maybe hacky, but they're so funny. It beats that.
I need to get in that self-deprecating bag more.
I don't know. I think for someone it's a part of my nature to be self-deprecating, so that's why so many jokes of mine are. If it's not a part of your nature, I'm like, I don't think it's that needed. I think your jokes are well written enough to where, and like observational enough to where it's like you don't need that as much.
I appreciate it.
Personally, that's how I feel. But because some people like Angel, I know you've had Angel on here. She has self-deprecating jokes, and I'm like, no one can believe you're self-deprecating. You know what I mean? It's like you're a pretty, very attractive woman. Yeah. Like you being self-deprecating is so much different than me being self-deprecating, who looks like,
I can see how, for Angel, I could see that, yeah. I get what you
like when attractive people are self-deprecating, it's like, what? It's it's such a weird feeling of
it's like if Kevin Hart got on stage and talked about being broke. It's like,
right. It's like, bro, you have 6 private jets. Yeah. It's like it doesn't resonate at all.
I don't get me wrong, and also I do think I'm the shit. That's why I don't have that many self-deprecating jokes or self-defecating jokes. Oh,
nice. There we go. And see, that's the writing process we're talking about. You come up with the best riffs on the spot.
That's your type of comedy. That's the good stuff. That'll take you to the big leagues.
Who are your comedians? Who's your Mount Rushmore?
It was like, it always changes. I probably got 5 or 6 different ones every episode. But no, the main ones is always Dave, Bernie Mac, George Carlin, Bill Burr, probably like Cat Williams or...
Yeah.
Dang.
No women either. See, we're similar. I think Chappelle... I think he's probably, I would have to argue, he's probably the biggest influence on comedians our age and a little bit older.
Yeah.
Like
He's our generation's Richard Pryor.
I definitely agree with it, because like I look at people like, I don't see this as much in you. I think you have a more reserved kind of voice, like not reserved in like what you're like the content, like literally like the way you speak, because you speak more like how you speak outside. But like people like Delano and Nate Allen, like I can see how much Dave Chappelle influences them in every single set. Like I'm like they have their own voices now and they've moved from it. But like I can see when they started, they were probably like doing Dave Chappelle completely.
Yeah, you can hear it. Like I caught myself doing that one time. Whenever I first started, I posted this one joke and I listened to it. I was like, holy, like if you close your eyes.
Oh, I mean,
I had this
dude.
I don't do it anymore, but I was like, I feel like fentanyl is what I feel like the I feel like the CIA wanted fentanyl to be what crack was in the 90s, but they got the recipe wrong. And they're like,
okay.
And I was like, why aren't they dying? They just keep dancing.
Yeah,
and
see, there it is. Right? Yeah, yeah.
And I was
They're just dancing.
Yeah, and I went back and listened to it, and I was like, ooh, that's not good.
I say a lot, like there are a lot of sets I listen back to where I sound so John Mulaney or so Mark Norman. Like those are two guys I always like pick up their mannerisms
if you're gonna emulate
from.
somebody, they say emulate the greats. You know, that's how everybody gets started.
That's how everyone starts. But
it's like Eddie Murphy was biting Richard Pryor when he first started.
And I was trying to. Where did I learn this? I can't remember where I was listening to this. But basically, finding your voice, all it is your voice is just an amalgamation of all the voices that you love. So all the 4 or 5 guys we both talked about, our voices are just going to be we're going to take a different part of each of theirs, and it's going to make something unique in its own way. But Chappelle, I think for a lot of comedians, like pie chart of who their influences are, he takes up like 30 to 40%. So you can just hear it so often. Yeah. But that makes sense because he's so prolific and so good.
Yeah. Like you can hear it in somebody, whenever they're doing that. That's just like there was that while where you could see everybody who was biting Kevin Hart, like the energy, just that short,
I mean,
like the punchy, like hey, like whenever there was an era of like 13 to 16, but before I was even in
you're
just 2013,
you're
2016,
so right.
There was like everybody trying to do the Kevin Hart. You know
I mean, he was the biggest thing. Yeah. Seriously funny.
That's one reason.
Did you watch the Kevin Hart roast?
Yeah.
Okay, I still haven't watched it. So good. I'm glad to. I would love to hear your review. One of the first specials I ever watched was Kevin Hart Seriously Funny. I think that is like, and people shit on Kevin Hart now for like, being so rich and whatever, but like that special is so funny.
That's his best one.
He has so many bits that people still recite to this day.
That's one of my favorites.
I mean,
like that's one of the early influences right there.
Yeah, like that. I've watched that special like countless times, and it's just always so.
He's killing so hard.
And he's killing so hard. It's a great recording, and like the bits about his family and his dad getting punched, and then like my mama told me. Those things were on. People repeated those every single day at school for years.
You still do. Every now and again you'll walk around. I know that's a different one, but every now and again you still walk around. All right.
Yes.
Whenever you can do something like that and really resonate in the culture, you know you did it. You know you really like it.
And I know Cat Williams is great, but like I don't see people walking around saying Cat Williams bits like all the. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Kevin Hart's way more quoted than Cat Williams, but maybe I'm being wrong about that.
Cat Williams is more. Like he's still mainstream, but he's still I feel like more in the black community
for sure
than Kevin, and then two that's just like older. Like because they definitely were. This shit you remember this shit right here, nigga?
Oh,
this shit right here.
Yeah,
nigga?
yeah. I didn't know that was him. I just that makes sense though.
Oh yeah, Cat's he's the real deal. I think the roast was great though. Everybody's like doing their little backlash thing, but that's just the internet nowadays. It was good.
Did you have a favorite joke, or who do you think did the best?
The top 3 I think was Naeem, Lynn, Cheryl, and Kat.
Okay.
I think those were the top 3 of sets of the night. They were just.
I need to go and watch it. I don't have Netflix. This is going to sound very Jewish of me. I know you're going to say that. I use my parents' logins for all this stuff, and Netflix is on that thing where you can only do it in the household. You're able to do it, and so because I'm not in their house, it doesn't let me use it. So I'm like,
don't y'all own this shit?
Dude, I listen. I'm just so averse to paying for subscriptions. I'm like, I'll just not watch things. Like I still haven't watched Daniel on Funny AF because I'm just like,
you ain't shit, bro. We clipping this one. Daniel, you hear this shit, bro?
I'll tell him that. I like because I'm like I just don't have Netflix. Like I've tried to get to it, but and I'm so proud of him. And I know he did great. I know he made it to the next round. And but
it was just $4.99. You know, just $3.
Bro,
less.
it is expensive. Netflix is expensive. It's like $15 a month. It's not cheap. Like 50, I could get so many. I could get like 2 Chipotle bowls for that much. I'd much rather have that than.
Let's go
Netflix.
down the list. What else isn't cheap, Eddie? What else is what else is just expensive?
I do think
here?
some things are like insanely expensive, and I like to drink, so I'll always say cocktails. I'm like, why is a cocktail $17? A martini should not be $17 when it's just vermouth and vodka and 1 olive. If you actually broke that down for the amount of alcohol I'm getting in that, that's probably $2 or less. Am I wrong?
You are
Tell me I'm wrong.
100% right.
And we're at Helium Comedy Club where the drinks are so much money.
Chill out.
Like they are so much money, and I would never buy a drink here because I know that drink that drink should be
going against the grain
that
right
drink
now,
should be
Cuddy.
$2 at most. And I know the drinks are fun and they're like named after comedians or whatever, but it's like a cocktail should never be that much. A mixed drink being $7, it's like
Eddie, you can't bite the hand that feeds you, bro. You wilding right now.
feeds me, feeds you. Bite the hand that feeds you.
Right. You goddamn right. Talk about a different comedy club.
I've probably made the drinks at Laughing Skull are
expensive.
Their cocktails are. This is something we should talk about. The drinks at Laughing Skull are cheaper than the drinks here in terms of the cocktails, and the beer is cheaper because they have $4 PBR.
Right.
You're not going to post that. Now that's getting edited out. Alley Stage, no liquor.
on talking, my man.
And Alley Stage, no liquor. They
of
just
people
have
watch this
the
podcast.
beers and they have the.
They also don't have national headliners.
They don't have national headlines. Neither does Laughing. Well, Laughing Skull does get them in just for showcases and stuff. Anyways, I'll stop talking about other clubs.
But that is their motto. That this is that, so that we can keep the ticket prices.
Oh,
so
right.
low.
I'm trying to think where. Oh, wait, Helium says that, or okay. I won't argue with that. I guess I won't haggle with you about the prices of Helium's tickets.
I won't argue that at other establishments, drinks are pretty high and unreasonably priced. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm sorry. Okay, I shouldn't just give it to comedy clubs. All across the board, drinks are way too much money.
Clubs, though.
Yeah, I know. And 2 drink minimum.
Afford the talent,
yeah.
you gotta. You know what I mean? But I do believe that. That's one reason I want to open. Like me and my friend was just talking about that. At any bar you go to, they're making 200 or 300% profit on every bottle.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
and see, and you're the one talking about 200-300% profit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Bro,
so who's really Jewish?
Why you think
That's exactly.
Why you think I be hanging around you, bro? I be learning. I'm not. Every time Eddie get to talk, he don't know. I've been over here writing in a notebook the whole time.
Do you think anything's too expensive? What really grinds your gears about being too expensive?
I'm an experienced type of guy, so like anything material, like I'm like, all right, no, I'm not doing that. But like I'm one of them people I will pay like over for experiences.
Okay.
Like I ain't gonna lie, like we going to a restaurant, I'll splurge.
That's I think if it's a nice restaurant, I will save up for that. Yeah. I think like
but
so I'm going to a
clothes. I'm not big on that no more. I used to be, but now I'm not.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy to me. Like it just doesn't make sense. Jewelry, I'm not a big jewelry guy, and I'm also not a strip club guy.
I think that's fair. I'll say the only strip club I've really been to is Claremont Lounge, which is like barely a strip club. It's like it's more of a bar that also has naked women in it. But I've never been to like the Magic City or like Cheetah.
All my brand deal opportunities here, man.
I love those places and I would love to go, but I'm someone who I don't like. You know what's so interesting? I don't like spending money. I know it's whatever. It's stereotypical or whatever. And I don't go to strip clubs. What I do like gambling though. So like I love blackjack, and so I will like on this cruise I was just on. I was playing blackjack like every night and losing money on blackjack happily. So that's weird. Like that I won't take titties in my face for $100, but I'll lose $100 playing blackjack.
You like, hey,
isn't that crazy?
You are a stand-up stereotype.
That's true.
I'm talking about.
I'm drinking and gambling. Yeah.
It's hard. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that's crazy. I'm not a gambler either. I don't, because I worked at a casino. Actually, I worked at a.
Did you work at Harrah's?
Yeah,
were you bartending?
Bartending on the floor.
Okay.
And, so you're not allowed to gamble.
Yeah,
for
fair.
one, and then two, I was never really into it.
Yeah,
like,
so I was just at Harrah's, which is kind of why I got into blackjack more, because one of my friends and coworkers, we were on a bachelor trip together,
Hell yeah.
and he's really good at poker. Like he does World Series of Poker, stuff like that. Yeah. So he was teaching me blackjack, and I happened to have a great hand that night where I doubled my money in blackjack, which is like not easy. And I was like, oh, I can do this all the time. So I went back and played again like 4 hours later and like lost all my money. So like
that shit's dangerous.
And so now I'm like, I practice blackjack on my phone playing like whatever, computer blackjack, and I'm like, I know I can beat the dealer. And so now when I'm out at casinos and stuff, I do try. And it never works out. I still always lose my money. But I do, if I can sit there for like 3 hours and play, I still have a good time, even for $100.
Never would have took you for a gamble.
I know, it's a new development within the last 2 months.
I'm glad we had this conversation.
But
I've been talking about maybe making you my manager one day. Glad to know you got a crypto
No, I'll use
addiction.
up all your money. I'll take all that 10% to. But I'll say for experiences, I completely agree with food. I'm going to a fancy restaurant on Thursday as a going away thing because I'm moving.
Yeah,
but
didn't invite me. All right.
This is just coworkers. This is just like literally like 3 coworkers.
We're not coworkers. Have we not worked together before?
Okay, you're making a good point.
I've actually hired you. Damn.
Well, I was gonna argue that if anything, you've been my boss.
What a love.
I don't know. Okay, fine. I'll invite you to the next
coming.
one. Okay, there we go. I'm going to a fancy restaurant, and like I thought I was gonna have to pay for myself, and even looking at that menu, I was like, I'll pay for like a $90 steak.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a once a year thing, it's like I'll give myself that experience because that's probably unmatched. Sometimes.
That's what I splurge on is like restaurants and like trip out. That's what I spend money on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really do too much material stuff.
I can tell.
Yeah, man, you see it. I'm dressing like this till I make it.
Then the chains are coming out.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I'm just playing. It just never really appealed to me that much. I mean, I like a nice wristwatch. I guess those are cool.
I just got a good watch, but that same bachelor party I was on, the groom got all the groomsmen watches, and so that's like the only watch I have my Fitbit,
Nice.
but he got us all nice, not like Rolexes, but like good watches. So that's like the only good watch I have. But it did kind of change my perspective. I was like, wow, this kind of does put like an outfit together in a way when I have to dress
and
nice.
Plus watches, that's different. You know, that's like like investments.
I guess so. Yeah.
Once you start getting those.
If I was really
exclusive
getting an expensive one, that would be an investment. So, and I was just in Turkey on this cruise in Greece, and I keep pressing a button, but I don't know if it's actually doing anything. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
If I'm being honest with you, I've had these mics for like 4 years now. I don't know what those two
Okay,
buttons
great.
do. But you're good.
Okay. In Greece, they have these, do you know like Turkish carpets?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently that's like a famous thing. So we went to this place where they teach women how to make these Turkish carpets, and then they sell them. Yeah. And each of these carpets like can be like $18,000 for like or 18,000 euro or whatever.
Worked for these Turkish restaurant owners before. They were.
Okay, and they had like the Turkish carpets and stuff.
They were telling me about.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so all of those, like they have ones that go on the floor, and then they have ones that are just investment pieces, which are like the art ones. And so like ones will be like $30,000, and it just hangs on your wall. And I guess it appreciates in value. But me and my parents were looking at this like, yeah, it's hard to make, but like, who the fuck can pay for this? And then we were talking to people who were on the cruise, not in our group, and people laid down their credit cards for these carpets on the spot. And I was like, who are these people I'm with, and what are they doing with their lives that they can just pay for a $20,000 carpet
and then
on the
I
spot?
never knew that carpets. I knew about artwork, but I didn't know carpets. I guess that can be considered the artwork. That's wild. Appreciate.
And you know what?
Bro,
A lot of my coworkers are doing now. I'm watching them do this, and it's crazy. Pokemon cards are huge right now. Have you seen this?
Those are booming. Yeah.
And like, I guess this market is booming, but they're like unwrapping packs and packs every day and putting them in their little like clear cases. And I'm like, is this a new thing that people have started Pokemon cards again, or is this just like it's always been like this?
It's always. I remember it was always like. I remember when I was in school, it was popping, and then but like once we
to play the game or just to collect them.
The cards, yeah.
Okay.
I remember kids having the cards in school, and then I remember like high school, college. That's whenever I started seeing people like selling them for like 6 figures.
Yeah.
Kind of pissed me off because like I had older brothers like, man, that shit's lame, that nerdy ass shit, and it's like, bro, we could have been sitting on some M's.
Exactly. So, anyways, I bought 15 packs of Pokemon cards today, so I'm gonna. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that, but
should've.
I don't. Well, that's something I won't spend my money on because it's like I don't care about that. Like, it's not an experience. It's just to like have and to sell later. Like, and I don't want to make a side hustle that way. Well, the Bitcoin thing, when that was booming, me and my roommate at the time, we were like, should we buy Bitcoin? And every day we watched the number skyrocket and skyrocket, and we never bought it. And it was also when they were doing the AMC, like buying all the AMC stock.
Yeah.
And we were like, should we do this? And we never took the plunge on it. But I do regret that because I knew people who made good money doing that. And I was like, wow, I could have been out of Atlanta so much faster. I didn't have to be here for so long.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that, man.
Oh,
You're
sure.
headed to New York.
Headed to New York.
Taxi.
What? Taxi?
I don't know.
That was horrible.
I've never been.
That was terrible. I thought. Well, first of all, you did
awful New York accent.
First of all, you did the "I'm walking here" voice, like the "Hey, I'm walking here," and then just did the word taxi instead. So it didn't make any sense whatsoever.
You talking like you already from there, man.
I've been to New York.
Judge me like that. You ain't even had a bagel yet.
I've had a bagel from New York. I've been to New York quite a handful of times. Yes. I love bagel. It's so unfortunate how much I like bagels. Because it's so stereotypical. I know, but it's like all of the Jewish things. That's the thing. It's not just how I look. All the Jewish things I also like.
Yeah.
Like bagels and like lox and like schmears and like Reubens and so like pastrami. Like
I just got on the Reuben wave. I was fighting the sauerkraut for a long time.
Dude, sauerkraut's so good.
I finally gave in.
Yeah. So like it's unfortunate because like if I just looked this way and was super like whatever, I just like ate pizza and drink Mountain Dew every day, it would be one thing. But the fact that I really enjoy all of the cultural stuff is like,
be proud.
It just
man.
compounds. I guess.
All 10, man.
Yeah, but moving to New York, I'm excited. Got like 2 weeks left here.
Hell yeah, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
I had to get you on the podcast before you got up out of here, man.
Yeah.
Got you on the Inferno and you killed it. What up, G? No, you guys are good. You're fine. You're all good. It's not live.
No, we're live. He's not going to edit it out at all.
Oh yeah, it's good though, man.
Why don't y'all have a podcast studio here?
Revan.
Sorry, who's Revan?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna clip this and send it to you.
Because that would be like. Sorry to bring up other comedy clubs. I know the Comedy Cellar has one above theirs, and I know the New York Comedy Club has maybe has a podcast studio. So it's like one of these rooms could definitely be something.
Be a really great idea. Be awesome if they had some type of young, funny, charismatic host.
Yeah, I mean that would be great, and I would fully support that and tell all my friends to subscribe and watch, so it becomes the biggest thing, and so you can sell more tickets, and I don't know, pay the mob or whatever private equity firm owns Helium. So
probably not far off.
But anyways, yeah, moving to New York in about 2 weeks. I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna be hot. I don't have an AC unit yet for my room in my apartment.
In New York?
Not yet. No, I have to get a wall unit or like a window unit.
What are you gonna be cooking up there, man? You gotta get. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one. But I'll figure that out.
You already got to check out your spot and shit.
Yeah, well, I'm moving in with a friend, so she has already lived there, and I've stayed there before. So, so I've been there, and
how many? What's your goal of mics per day? What you trying to up it to?
I'm not at a good number right now. Like for the past 3 or 4 months, I've been so lackadaisical with it. I've just
fuck that shit, bro. I was beating myself up about this when I moved down here because I used to when I was up in Asheville. You know, it's not as many mics, and I'm like, oh man, if I was in one of those cities. Atlanta, we gotta drive far between mics.
It's true.
Right? That shit different. Fuck all that getting up 4 and 5 times in one night. It's not happening in Atlanta. All right, you do that once every couple months. You did your thing, bro.
Yeah.
60 fucking gallons of gas trying to get to these mics.
True.
But you'll be able to hit them like pop, pop, pop.
Hopefully. But I've heard different things, because I've asked all the people from Atlanta who've moved to New York and the ones who are still there, what they think. And a lot of them, some people do great. Like Shonik. Did you ever meet Shonik? Because you guys kind of didn't really cross over.
I think I seen him at Laughing Skull once.
Shonik is probably he'll, for this generation of comics, this whatever age group, he's doing the best because he's in at the Comedy Cellar and doing great. And he's obviously hilarious, so it makes sense. But for some, it's so hard to get on stage moving from Atlanta because you're just moving to such a bigger city.
Big, oversaturated market.
And so I've talked to some comedians who say I'm doing actually way less comedy than I was doing here. I can't even hit as many mics. It's not even the shows. Oh my God, sorry. It's just because the mics are even.
Fish.
I know. It's because it's the matzo balls, but it's the mics are even harder to get on sometimes.
Because I heard you gotta pay, right?
And a lot of them you have to pay the $5 or for a drink or whatever. Yeah. So I'm not afraid of that part, but I do see it was harder for some people. So, but luckily, I'm moving at a time when I've been doing comedy 3 years now. I kind of have a good footing under me, but it's I don't have the expectation that I need to be headlining or anything. So it's I just made it to being a good showcase comedian. So it's I'm not
You're not moving up there to hit the you're up
Yeah,
there to
it's not.
start over.
I don't need to.
New
Yeah,
scene.
I don't need to be like touring the country tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm hoping. But ideally, if I can get, I mean, I would love when I was at my peak efficiency in Atlanta, I was hitting 9 or 10 a week. So for like a good 6 months, I was hitting 9 or 10 a week. I think I could probably do that again. I just also, sometimes I think there's diminishing, we've talked about this before, there's diminishing returns to mics where it's like, I've written only so much material in the last 24 hours. If I go up and do it again the exact same way I did it last time, it's not gonna, I still know it's not good. And I haven't had the idea yet that's gonna like change this bit or whatever. Right. So it's like, I would love to try and do like the 5 mics a night thing and see if that's possible, but I'm not setting that expectation for myself because I could burn myself out really quick. So I would love to be able to get back to like 10 a week. I think that's probably achievable.
That'll be a solid one, man.
Yeah.
New York, get up there, man. They gonna have everything.
And I'm living in Brooklyn, so like there's a lot of places in Brooklyn. It's like I don't have to go into Manhattan and stuff. Brooklyn, where you at? So that'll be good too. So. Everyone who watches this can come up and stay on my couch, and we can go do open mics together and stuff.
That's what's up. He's gonna charge you rent though,
and interest. So, you know, I had to put the interest on there.
VIG. Yeah. Can't forget about the VIG.
Do you ever want to move anywhere like New York, or do you kind of like Atlanta? Because you've already moved scenes.
Yeah,
and I haven't done that yet.
It's something I have struggled with a lot. It's tough, especially like. If you're a young black comedian, like Atlanta's
it's kind of a good place to be.
New York for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's a good point because you can go between both scenes more seamlessly.
And then, but like if I was to move again, it would have to be New York. It would be the only thing I could see. I'm not too big on LA or Austin.
And have you been to LA?
Nah.
So I went in 2020. It was the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, because I was there for New Year's. And driving around, like I was like, this feels so much like Atlanta because it's such a car city and it's so spread out. I was like, like New York and their vibes are just so different. And I know people talk about like they're seeing LA and New York as like hacky, but LA really does feel a lot more like Atlanta than New York does. Chicago is way closer to New York than LA is in terms of like the feeling of it.
No, I was even talking to the Brotherly Labs guys. They was trying to talk me into moving up there to Philly.
But I think Philly would be good.
That would be, because I feel like it's like not as oversaturated a scene. And
for sure.
You can still pop up to like, you can go out to like Baltimore, you can hit DC.
And Boston. Yeah, you can hit all the places in the Northeast. I completely agree. And
because we're road comics down here hitting like.
Yeah, you have to drive so far to Alabama and stuff.
Yeah. It'd be the same, and then you're hitting some big markets.
Yeah. I think Philadelphia is a great place. And I've talked to people about Philly also. It's not a city I've been to, so I was less. When I was looking at places like potentially moving, to me, it was always Chicago, Austin, or New York, because I'd never really been to Philly. Yeah. But it just so happened that this place came up in my friend's apartment. So it was kind of just like a perfect situation thing. Like if I had to go up to New York and find an apartment myself, I probably wouldn't have done it. I probably would have stayed in Atlanta. But because this situation opened, I'm like, it's just so easy to just walk in and do it with someone I trust. Yeah. So.
And that is the thing. I don't know like how it really go for me living up there. Like I know I can't. I'm not that good.
Well,
with the cold and shit.
Sure,
so.
But you're lucky because you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And y'all already live together. So at least you'll be able to split rent no matter where you go. That is helpful.
That is.
So that's good advice for someone who wants to move to a new city. Get in a relationship, force them to move with you and split the rent. There we go.
You see, he figured me out.
I figured it. And see, I'm good with money. Rent, that's something that's way too expensive. How about that? There we go. Why do I have to have a roommate?
That's my new segment. This has been what's too expensive.
So many things. So many things.
Speaking of segments, man, I got this new segment that I do, man. This is Dante's Inferno. We got the gas can right there. It's fuel to the fire, burning. So I've got comedians coming on here and burning one new joke, or it doesn't have to be the joke, just that last thing that you wrote that you're gonna turn in a joke, and I burn one with you, So I don't let you go into it alone.
Do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
You can go ahead, man.
Okay.
Or actually, I made everybody else go first. I'll go first.
Okay.
Be a good host. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Every time I ride through downtown Atlanta, it looks like it's their first day on the job.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. everybody, it's their first day on the job in
You know, when you're
downtown
riding
Atlanta.
through Atlanta, you see everybody like doing the construction work and all that road work on the for the Olympic. I mean, for the World Cup. And I was just looking like everybody looks like they don't know what the fuck they do.
Well, honestly, that might be true because they probably hired a lot more people to do all the construction
That's
so
true.
recently. So you're probably in the right.
It's probably not even a joke. That's probably just facts.
That might just be a fact that everyone, it is their first day on the job. And a lot of people have had this kind of similar premise about how one guy is doing all the work in a construction site and then 18 other guys are just looking and watching that guy do. Have you heard this premise before?
Yeah.
I don't know what anyone's punchlines are for that, but I've heard that premise before and I'm like, that's every job.
Yeah.
That's not just construction. If you go to an office, one guy is doing all the work and 18 people are benefiting off of it and being like, did you see all the work we did? And it's just that one guy. So I don't know why people are so mad at construction workers for that.
I guess that's just the way of the nature of the construction business, I guess.
I guess so. So where would you, if you have that thought, you write it down, where would you go? How would you, if you're in your writing process, where are you going with that? Or would you just kind of try and explore that idea?
Oh, it's all right. So I'm gonna throw that out there as the premise, I guess, and then like, I don't know. I'd probably go like, I don't know. I feel like I want to throw a Waymo in there, maybe.
Waymo's, it's their first day on the job too?
Yeah, even the Waymos look like that, which those are new too. So I guess it is their first day.
Downtown Atlanta, the crackheads, it's their first day on the job.
There we go. Probably even the homeless people look.
The homeless,
yeah, that's
it's
where
their first day. They don't know what they're doing.
We'll go that way
We're
with it.
preparing for the World Cup right now. Homeless people's first day on the job. They don't know how to be homeless yet.
Yeah, that's true.
That's something. And I'll say some of the homeless people, I'm sorry, I talk about this a lot. Downtown, like if you go near Underground or like the Capitol building, it is like an atomic bomb was dropped there at some point. Like the way, and it's so sad. Is this bad? It's like a wasteland. And like, I feel so bad for the people down there, but it's like, those guys are experienced homeless people. If you go up to like, not Decatur, but like North Druid Hills, you'll see some homeless people where it's like, you guys haven't
Still
been,
look
you guys
clean.
have not been
No
in the roughage
wrinkles.
yet.
No
Yeah.
wrinkles in your
You guys are
clothes.
just being homeless for the World Cup, just to profit off of it.
Just to profit off of it.
See,
that's how. Yeah,
that's the
see,
real
we're working
Jews,
stuff
is the
out
homeless
right there.
people, is the homeless people here for the World Cup.
There we go.
That's
We're working-
something, I
we're
don't
working-
know.
This is what this segment's about. We're working it out in live action.
A drug addict's first day on the job is probably tough.
Yeah.
There's a lot you got to go through. That's interesting.
You know.
I like the premise if you expand it to being way more ridiculous and
Exactly.
hyperbolic.
Just keep going more.
If
and
you
more.
if you keep moving in that direction, that's something I think maybe.
What's yours?
Okay. So I've been talking a lot about AI. Like I try and write bits about AI. Some work, some don't. It's just because me and Abi Singh have talked about this. It's such a new technology. There's so much room for exploration there on bits that haven't been done yet with AI. So here's one I was thinking about when I was in Greece. A lot of the arguments against like AI and ChatGPT is that ChatGPT makes stuff up, it hallucinates. And I'm like, okay, people are mad about that, but have you met people before? People also make stuff up. Like ChatGPT is just like your friend in middle school who like you'd get in an argument with them and be like, well, my dad is Bill Gates, so I know more than you or whatever. Like people make stuff up way more than ChatGPT makes stuff up.
Right.
And actually, this is something I wrote the other day. That's actually what makes AI so scary is that it makes stuff up because that's what humans do. That's the most human thing
just
about
a human.
AI is that we make stuff up. We make stuff all the time. Like, what's that lady who she said she got all the stock prices in her medicine to work or to go higher, and it would like the medicine didn't work. It's like that's something AI would do.
Yeah.
But a human did that.
So basically, AI is just a human.
AI, that's the most human part of AI is that it makes stuff up. I think that's the main part of the premise. Like people are scared about that part, but it's like humans are literally lying to each other all day, every day. Like when you say like, oh, I like you to someone's face and you turn around and you're like, I fucking hate that guy. It's like, that's AI, man.
That's hilarious.
I think that's a
funny.
really good premise. I don't really know where to go with it, but the argument thesis part is that the most human part about AI is that it makes stuff up.
Okay. I like that. I think if you take that and keep like doing all the parts where you're like building it and then you bring it back to like so AI is just a human, or like bring it back to where it's just so it's just we basically did all this to make a person.
We did all this to make a person that makes stuff
funny.
up. Or like there's something like the easy way to do the joke would be like AI is like your friend from high school. It's like, oh, I slept with a girl from the town. Oh, my girlfriend, she goes to another school. Yeah. It's like that's AI in a way. So I think there's a lot to work with there. I really haven't written it out that much, but I was having that thought in Greece, and I said it to my dad, and he was laughing, and I was like, okay, that seems like that part is resonating with people. It's like humans make stuff up too.
That part does resonate.
There you go. It kind of made you laugh.
Yeah, it made me laugh. I think you should work it.
I got to work on it.
That's the.
I know, and I'm worried in a way that all this talk about AI is kind of gonna, because it's so big. It's that, yeah, maybe I'll be quick on the punch about it, but like, will it become hacky because so many people will talk about it?
Nah, you just gotta put your spin on it. I think that's
yeah, I agree. Well, I completely agree with that.
Just find that personal story to throw in there and tie in
that's
with it.
Fair
That'll
point.
bring it home.
Yeah, and I completely agree about like. Andy Sanford has said this to me before. Like, some people say topics are hacky, like dating, and it's like, no, a topic isn't hacky, but your angle on it can be hacky. Yeah. Like I consider myself like I have a joke about dating apps are like job applications. Mm-hmm. That analogy has been made for years, but I feel like I have a unique angle on where dating apps are like job applications because men apply for jobs they're not qualified for. Just adding that extra line is enough to change the angle to make it your own unique thing. Yeah. So that's one thing I don't like about when people say like, that's hack. It's like, no, that you can still talk about dating and not be hacked. There's always new ideas coming from it as generations change. I don't know. There's my diatribe about being hack.
This has been Being a Hack with Eddie Carter.
I'm the expert on it, so that's why I know.
So many new segments with the boy. Oh, man. This is the first time I've had the live studio audience with
this is awesome. We're getting all the people that work at Helium putting in chairs because they just redid the carpets or washed the carpets, which I didn't even know comedy clubs do that because the Punchline hasn't done that in 50 years. So
that's why sometimes the drinks got a little bit higher. So you can
you want to talk about a place where things cost way too much fucking money? The Punchline Comedy Club in Buckhead. Oh my God.
Bro, you moving to New York and don't want to get booked in no more clubs.
Fuck it.
Here.
I don't care. That place is ridiculous on the prices. If you got a cocktail there, it would probably be $25. Not even lying to you. It's ridiculous, and it's like it's not even worth it. And like the food sucks too. Like you would buy a pasta dish for $30 and it would taste like Olive Garden. I swear to God. Like that place is ridiculous with their prices.
Bro, we gotta like go to these places again.
Bro, I'm moving. I don't care. I'm burning all my bridges. Listen, I'm not talking about Marcy, the people who run the clubs. I'm not talking about the actual comedic aspects of it. I will die on this hill. Everyone agrees that the Punchline prices are bad. I'm not the first one that said this before.
Oh man.
You think you're buying? They call it a comedy nightclub. Yeah. You expect a nightclub to have like good music. Then they started off with the same MIDI file that they've been using for 45 years. Oh, sorry. I'm really tired. The jet lag is hitting me.
Still gotta live here though.
Oh my God. You're not saying it. I'm saying it. It's fine. I'll talk about it.
I'm condoning it.
Who did you vote for on the Atlanta's Worst Comedians?
I did not vote.
Oh. You're too good of a person.
Yeah. That shit was cold. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be like a parody list and then the names.
A parody list? Lauren is so for real about that. Have you had her on here?
Nah, she did the show though.
Dude,
I gotta get her on.
She would be funny on here. She is so. We had her on me and Angel's birthday show, and like I was like, God, she's so funny. Yeah, she just kills.
I just did a show there in Knoxville too. She killed.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to promote before the end?
Oh, not really. I don't have anything. I don't know how quickly you turn these around after.
I'll give you a week.
Go watch Atlanta's Funniest competition at Helium Comedy Club. What are there, like 50 first rounds of Atlanta's Funniest? Go watch that. Go vote for all your favorites. Go watch Carter Deems host. I don't really have anything coming. I have like 2 shows left in Atlanta. Oh. What is that, curtains?
Yeah.
Oh. I have 2 shows left in Atlanta, and they're both this weekend, and then I'm out of here. So Just go support the Atlanta comedy scene.
And their comedy clubs.
And
Despite
but
what Eddie
especially
says.
Helium Comedy Club, and go to Dante's Inferno. It's a great show with great roasts and great comedians. And go watch K-Dub. Make K-Dub put K-Dub on Funny AF. How about that?
K-Dub on
Put
Funny
K-Dub,
AF.
let K-Dub win Funny AF because he would
Your
murder.
social media.
At Eddie Farter on Instagram. That you can find all my stuff there.
Make sure y'all follow my boy. It's been Eddie Carter on Dante's Inferno. Thanks for coming, my boy.
Woo, thanks, man.
Yes, indeed.